All right, so we're going to do a quick review on one-step equations because I know for a fact that you guys did these last year, but it never hurts to review. All right, so let me get a good colored pen because why not? Okay, so notice we have some blanks, we have some examples here. Blank is the opposite of blank. Okay, subtraction is the opposite of addition. And I know some people are like, well, duh, Stark. Okay. But when it comes to this is where we get confused. I see a plus sign here, which means I have to do the opposite. That's why we have to subtract, okay? Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So if I subtract 14 from both sides, I don't have a lot of room, so I'm going to come up here. We get that y equals 20 minus 14 is 6. Because remember, we talked a little bit about this before break. These zero out on this side. Positive 14 minus 14 is 0, so they zero out. Okay? So if subtraction is the opposite of addition, addition is the opposite of subtraction. Okay? So when we see the subtraction sign, we have to do the opposite. So instead of subtracting 120, we add 120. Let me do that line here. Okay. And remember, these are going to zero out. So all I'm left with on that left-hand side is going to be that x. Okay. 80 plus 120 is 200. Okay. Division is the opposite of multiplication. Okay. So what I see here is there's no plus sign, there's no minus sign, so there's clearly no addition or subtraction happening. If you remember, the definition of a coefficient is that it's a number being multiplied by a variable. That's exactly what's happening here. We have a number being multiplied by a variable. So because we're multiplying, that means we have to divide. Okay, so if we divide one side, we gotta divide the other. These 3 over 3. Okay, so it's a little different. They don't necessarily zero out, but 3 over 3, if you plug that into your calculator, equals 1. Okay, that means now, I'm going to come up here, we have 1n, so that right there, that 1 is our understood 1. Okay, we don't have to write it there. We can if we want, but it's understood, so you can actually erase it. You don't need it there, but we do know that there is a 1. Okay, so I'll just leave it there, I guess. Equals 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Okay. So if division is opposite of multiplication, multiplication is the opposite of division. Okay? And what was I going to say? So whenever we see a fraction here, that's division. Division is, fractions are division. Okay, they are division problems. They've always been division problems. I don't know if people realize that, but whenever we see a fraction, it's dividing. So if we're dividing by 2, that means we multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so just like 3 divided by 3 is 1, if I'm dividing by 2 and I multiply by 2, those, do they cancel out? Technically, yes, because they do become a 1. So we have a 1k equals 16 times 2 is 32. Or we can just write it k equals 32. Either one of those works. Okay? So on Canvas, show me that you get it.